So I was thinking about there's a couple of emails that I can't get to, and I really want to get to them, but I have to prioritize some different aspects of my life. And I was thinking about, like, what are people going to think about me if I'm not able to get there? I had reached out to them and they responded, and I just can't get to it. And there's lots of different reasons for this, right? Like why that might happen. Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, they're taking me seriously. Um, well, should I actually? I'm a little scared. Often for me, it's a tinge of fear, and I've always been a very shy person. Um, like that's just who I am, and so like when people treat me seriously, and I've been working on this, been like an ongoing progression of getting over this shyness. I'm not going to lose it, but I'm always going to have this sort of fear of what are people going to think of me. Um, and so it prevents me from actually going out and doing a little bit more and being more responsive. But there's also, there's practicality sometimes that I just simply can't get to things as quickly as I would like to. So how do I actually deal with this? First of all, not very well. The same way that many of us deal with this. I am, I am what very typical sort of type A kind of I'm not typical type A. I know of other people that are much more of the, we need to get this done, all that kind of stuff. But um, I try to get things done. But what is important to me is taking a breath and saying, I'm going to be okay today, no matter what happens. And if other people cannot recognize I'm trying to do the best that I possibly can, then it's on them. And I try to, um, I've been working on this of saying I'm going to try to do my best, and the rest of it I can't control. The rest of it is outside of everything that I can possibly do. And in a given moment, I'm going to, I have a lot of different obligations. I want to call my mom every day. I don't get to that. I want to say hi to my family every day. I sometimes don't get to that. I want to work on this whole reciprocity project. And, I try to make that an effort because it's a bigger audience. That there's lots of people that could hear this message. And I just think, what is the greater good if I could do it at scale? Lots of people do it. So I try to prioritize. But, I really struggle with all of this. But the best thing that I could possibly do is simply just say, I am the best that I'm doing at this moment. I'm doing everything that I possibly can do. And if people don't recognize that and they don't understand it, it's on them. Right. And if they get upset, it's on them. And I have to shed this fear and this guilt all of the time. I'm constantly working on that. One of the ways that I think about that is just, letting go of some of that stuff, right? Letting go of that emotion, but also taking a step back, shrugging my shoulders just a bit and relaxing, and then trying to imagine and look at all of the sort of beautiful things that are around me, right? Like for right now, I'm driving and I'm trying to open up my eyes to the trees, to the roads, the moving traffic, and just trying to absorb everything, trying to get all of my senses going. So I appreciate the wonder of it all, right? Like it's truly a miraculous thing. And we only have a short moment. All of us have a short moment. I mean, it goes so crazy quick. And I'm not just saying that. You'll come to this realization at some point in your life, maybe at many points in your life. It's all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's gone. Right? Like I did my I had my 12th birthday. I had my 13th birthday. I I turned 16. I turned 30. I turned 40, and it's gone. And all of a sudden you look back and you're like, that was incredibly fast. So I want you to just take a step back and realize that at any given moment, you're doing okay. You're doing the best that you possibly can. And at any given moment, you just take a little bit of an exhale and just appreciate the world. And if you don't see it, if you don't get it, that's okay. Right? Like tomorrow might be the day where you start feeling like that. I think, at least for me, it's been one of the more important things is just taking a step back, ignoring if people are going to trounce on me for any, all the things that typical people things do, right? Like, when they yell at you for sending an email, or you didn't perform in a certain way, or you cut somebody off at the road, or you were maybe a little absent-minded when you had some sort of response, or you looked at somebody the wrong way in a file, like in a lineup. I just want you to take a step back and say, you can't fix them. You can't fix any of that. That's on them to fix, right? And the only thing that you can control is taking that step back and just appreciating the beautiful wonder of the world around you. I work on this every day. I don't think that will ever disappear from me. It's always going to be this very difficult thing that I wrestle with, and it'll probably get worse as I get older, as my metabolism, my body shuts down, as well as people expect me to do more things. But, I have to accept me for who I am, and I have a lot of limitations, and that's okay. And I think that's all I can do at any given day, is just be okay with who I am and just appreciate the beauty of this world around us. Take care and have a wonderful day.